Hello, everyone. Welcome to the OutCast podcast.
OutCast podcast.
OutCast podcast. My name is
Yay!
Classified.
I'm Mallow.
And I'm Moon.
We're back with another episode of your
Yes.
favorite podcast.
5th episode.
Yay!
Yay! And it's
Yeah,
probably our
fifth.
greatest ever.
Our
No.
most consistent for sure.
Yeah, I know. I'm kind of impressed, honestly.
Yeah, because the first time we started the podcast, it took a year to make the second episode.
Upgrades.
No, locked in now.
Yeah.
I'm glad we're finally locked in.
We're finally locked in after talking about it for over a year.
Oh my.
Oh my gosh.
But
Yeah, I think we should start this off by talking about probably like the most important thing ever, right, Moon?
Right, of course.
Right, the results of our Twitter poll.
No, I don't think we need to go over that.
No, I think we
Yes,
should.
we
No,
really need to
no.
talk about it.
People don't even know what you're talking about. It's fine,
Oh, trust
Are you
me.
sure about that?
Yeah, our newcomers have no idea what you're talking about, so
Should we enlighten them?
I think we should.
I don't think you should do that either. It's just a dumb little poll. Nothing too crazy.
Right.
Sure.
Are you salty because you lost?
Whoa.
Whoa.
These are some strong words here. Okay.
I'm not
If we
sure. You
pull
seem a
up
little
the
salty.
We have Hershey syrup at a 58.8% win vote.
Ooh, that's rough.
Class, you had a 41.2.
Wow.
In my defense, okay. I understand that I lost. It's a sad day for Nesquik fans out there, right? But in my defense, I was outnumbered. Mallow and Moon just had more, advertising experience. Sending out those Twitter links to everybody, those X links to everybody, just so that they could outvote my fans in the polls. I was just outnumbered.
I think you're just making excuses.
Yeah.
No.
The world decided, Class. The world decided which one was better, and you're just not showing up to it.
The 17 people decided.
That's whole the world. 17. That's the whole world right there.
The whole 17.
All 17 people. We're a democracy, and all the important people voted.
True.
I know my son Plu voted for Nesquik, and I appreciate it. Even though he's Nesquik syrup, but his vote still counted. The powder lives on.
I noticed that. Oh, never mind. I'm even looking at the comments to see if there was any debates. There really wasn't.
Everyone just made their decision and went on their way.
Yeah. Jaden said syrup. Blue said powder. Blue said Nesquik syrup. And then I said syrup. I mean, obviously, there's a winner.
Maybe that was my issue. Maybe it was just that I wasn't arguing my stand hard enough. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you were just too weak.
I think I needed to defend and explain the powder to the... because I feel like Hershey, they have their own theme park and stuff like that, so they probably brainwashed a lot of other people already. So, it's a little bit harder to defend Nesquik, because we have to deal with all that, brain fog that everybody has.
Sure.
But you know what? Good win for the big corporate company Hershey. Good win for them.
Beautiful win. Yeah. Capitalism lives
Beautiful.
on.
Love it.
Capitalism worked.
Not the capitalism.
I will pull the capitalism card.
Not the capitalism.
It is in fact Flag Day, by the way.
Flag Day?
Yeah, if anyone pays attention to their holidays. Yeah, American Flag Day.
Oh.
Yeah. Yesterday was Flag Day's Eve, but it's, 12:15 for you guys? So it's officially Flag Day.
Yeah.
For me, it's still Flag Day Eve, but yeah.
I didn't even know there was a Flag Day or a Flag Day Eve.
Mark your calendars and don't forget
putting it in my calendar.
I woke up this morning and thought about it.
You also officially dated the episode, so now everybody knows what day it is.
They know that we made it early.
Yeah. Flag Day.
Flag Day.
Love it.
It's perfect.
I do have a flag somewhere over here. Somewhere in the room. I don't know where it is.
Shoot, I should have put on like an American flag outfit or something.
That would have been silly.
See, if we had face cams, then we can actually
then we could be dressed up.
Yeah, we could be dolled up for Flag Day.
Oh, wow.
Nah,
that'd be perfect.
Just do the IRL podcast, guys.
Yeah. Come on.
That's the only time you guys are gonna see us once we do the IRL podcast.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. Once we do the IRL podcast, we can't go back.
No going
exactly.
back.
We gotta stick to it.
We have to commit to the OutCast podcast.
Yeah.
I guess it's a vlog at that point.
That's true.
Yeah.
I still feel like it'd be great though.
It'd be iconic. I'll just fly out every 2 weeks to either Delaware or New York. Actually,
Either way,
I'm banned in New York because of certain circumstances.
Yeah, you can't fly in New York.
Yeah. I can go to New Jersey though. That's like, you guys are neighbors.
Yeah. Get a little Airbnb and we'll film at the Airbnb.
Perfect. Yeah.
Someone bring their PC.
We can do it off a laptop, right?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Sure. I think it'll be fine.
It'll be fine.
Yeah. We just have to get mics and stuff.
Oh yeah, maybe.
Get those Blue Yeti mics.
Ooh.
Blue Yeti. I have a Blue Yeti mic.
What the heck is that?
You don't know what a Blue Yeti mic is?
No.
It's like a brand.
Actually,
those.
I do need to get a good quality mic. I've noticed watching these podcast episodes back that my mic quality isn't the greatest.
Do you use a headset mic?
I do use my headset mic.
Yeah.
That's why he's poopy.
Listen, okay, it's not poopy. I hear perfectly fine. These are the Steel Series Arctic 7P plus Pros, whatever thingies. It's a good headset.
Yeah.
The only problem is I kind of bought it a year or 2 years ago. So they're kind of getting outdated. They're way better than the Turtle Beaches that I had though. I will tell you that. Because I will never buy Turtle Beach again. And I'm sorry if we ever wanted to get sponsored by Turtle Beach. I'm never buying a Turtle Beach headset ever again.
All right, so not that sponsor. Got it.
Oh, yeah. You know what? I tried to buy from them, and they were awful. It was I bought a headset from them, and it was literally the worst headset. I instantly got rid of it and got my HyperX SoundClouds. Or whatever.
Yeah.
Not SoundCloud. I'm thinking about
SoundCloud. Yeah.
I was thinking about work.
How was work, Mallow? How's work for you? I know you've been busy the past week or so.
Criminal. I changed. Well, basically, I finished up the project I was doing, which was working with ultrasonic sensors, and now I get to work with battery testing, which is it's something. I'm just. Basically, it has to be, super precise, so I'm testing the air of, load resistors right now, which is a thrill. So thrilling. You literally just sit there and measure the temperature. Yeah.
Y'all are losing me again.
No, it's alright, Moon. I know you started your job, Moon. How's that going?
Yeah. Tell us. Yeah, I started my job on a campsite, actually. I'm doing kitchen stuff for them, so it will be fun. I'll be staying on the campsite for a month, so I get to get out of the house. The only sad thing is that I won't be here for podcast.
It's
No.
alright. It's alright. Well, we'll just
figure something out.
We'll figure
Yeah.
something out. You could join. You could bring the Blue Yeti mic with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll bring my mic to camp.
Connect it to the phone.
Perfect.
Yeah, it's going great. And then, all the side things that we have going on.
Oh, well,
Very busy.
We have all been busy with that. Eventually, the news will come out. Maybe if I had to guesstimate, I would say episode 7.
That sounds about right.
Episode 7, maybe 8, depending how long it takes. But yeah, some interesting news for
Exciting
SUST.
news.
Yeah, definitely coming soon.
Yeah, I'm excited to see how it turns out.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty exciting, though, if everything runs smoothly. So
If everything runs smoothly.
Yeah.
I'm so excited.
It's pretty cool news, though. So buckle up, listeners.
Yeah,
True.
buckle up, listeners.
One thing that we did last time that we should do again?
Oh, what?
Word of the day.
Oh my gosh.
Word of the day.
I'm thinking.
Do we have a word of the day today?
Wait. Let me look it up to make sure it's real.
Figured out a word of the day yet. Okay, well, Mallow's gonna give us a word of the day.
Here we go.
Make sure
I
it's
found
real
it.
first.
Butyraceous.
What?
Butyraceous. It means having the qualities of butter.
What?
What?
Butyraceous. Butyraceous.
Butyraceous.
Butyraceous.
Butyraceous.
Yeah.
Alrighty. That's
having the qualities of butter.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Try casually putting that into a sentence for us, please.
After work, my brain just feels so butyraceous. Don't even get me started.
I think your brain is always butyraceous.
Never.
Yeah.
That's such an interesting word.
It really is. It's so random.
Yeah.
But yeah, guys. Word of the day.
Word of the day.
Butyraceous. Having the qualities of butter. Please use it.
Use it wisely.
Yeah.
Use it very wisely.
Very wisely.
Give us your best sentence on the Twitter. Send us.
Oh my gosh.
Send us a tweet.
Add a tweet.
Send us a tweet of you guys using the word butyraceous in a sentence.
Jesus.
Oh my
That's
gosh.
gonna be crazy.
We could read. You know what? We can actually, if anybody does send that out, we could read that in the next episode. We could read all of those butyraceous sentences that you guys send.
We'll start doing that too. The word of the day, if you make a post and you send it to us, we will read it off next episode.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh man. You know what? Mallow, I think the people here.
The people.
The people. Not me and Moon, but
Okay.
I'm pretty sure we made a request for you to get something for this specific episode of the podcast.
Believe it or not, I went to the grocery store and I saw this specific object and it called out to me and I engaged in the purchase of it.
Really?
Yes. Now I'm holding in my hands Hawaiian Punch.
Which is crazy because it's the
same
thing me and Moon have on our desk.
Oh my god!
What? I didn't know you guys had Hawaiian Punch on your desk. What are the odds?
Crazy.
What?
It's crazy.
We can't just leave this Hawaiian Punch sitting here unopened. What are we supposed to do?
Right.
What am I supposed to do? I've never even tasted it before.
I think you're supposed to try it.
Oh my gosh. Let
I
me
think the
open it.
people really want to know. Yeah, the people really want to know what your thoughts on Hawaiian Punch are. I've heard some rumors that people have been saying that I've been bullying you, quote unquote,
What?
about not trying Hawaiian Punch. I don't know what people are talking about,
Yeah, they're
but
Yeah,
like,
that's
crazy.
crazy talk.
Yeah.
I will say, once you try Hawaiian Punch, your life will just never be the same again.
Okay. I'll have to believe you, but I have to say,
Yeah.
I have Hawaiian Punch opened. Am I actually ready?
Are
I don't
you
know.
ready?
Are you ready?
I
Are your
am.
taste buds ready?
I don't know. I'm scared.
It's literally like you see the picture on the Hawaiian Punch bottle, right? Like that guy's
Yes.
literally gonna be sucking
Yeah.
your tongue. Like actually. Like that's how it's
I
gonna work.
am going to be this is going to be great. All right, get ready.
You got this.
That
The
shit's
suspense is real.
bust.
Yeah.
There you go.
It tastes like a
See?
better version of Gatorade, I would say. Like,
Yeah.
personally.
Okay.
I like, it really feels like I'm being propelled through the ocean by a wave as like fruit is thrown at me.
Yeah,
I'm really
you're just
getting that
getting hit.
Yeah.
imagery.
You're just getting hit with that punch of Hawaiian.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Like that just straight
literally.
up
That wave. That wave's
I'm
coming
just
right
getting
in
like,
on you.
yeah, world starred by just Hawaiian. Wow.
Crazy.
listen, if you had to rate it 1 out of 10 for the viewers, what would you rate it?
I would rate it 9,939 out of 10.
Wow,
Damn.
that's very
Yeah.
specific.
That
Where did
Yeah.
is.
where did you get that number from?
Um, well, it just spoke to me,
Yeah.
because,
Yeah.
it's like nine's my favorite number, but it's just also slightly below 10, which makes
Valid.
sense because, like, Sprite is 10.
Oh
And
yeah.
Hawaiian
Sure.
Punch just has to be slightly below that because it's great, but it's not Sprite. So, yeah,
Yeah.
that's my judgment right there.
I mean, speaking of Sprite, I mean, we
Speaking
Oh
might
of
my
as well.
gosh.
Sprite.
You
Sprite.
kind of just had to bring it up, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Our
Oh wow.
unofficial official sponsor, Sprite, okay?
Oh my
Our
gosh.
And
beloved.
We
our
love it.
beloved, listen, even though we're drinking Hawaiian Punch right now, nothing can top the quenching taste of Sprite, okay? One day, it'll instead of the unofficial official sponsor, it'll just be official sponsor.
Yes.
Can't
One day,
wait.
One day.
Yeah. Yeah. One day.
And the only
you know.
reason it isn't that right now is because of like some unfortunate circumstances. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, it's
like
just
Sprite. Come on, what the heck?
yeah,
Please,
Like,
Sprite. What are
guys.
you doing?
please, Sprite.
Like, can't you just like once, just like skip through all the legal stuff,
Yeah. It'd be
contracts,
fine.
and just cut through all that red tape and just give us the sponsor. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
I mean, like laws are for the weak, and the strong drink Sprite. Just saying, like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
only the
That is
strong
true.
survive off of Sprite. Like think about it like this, right? You're stranded on an island, right? And the sun is like beating down on you. You haven't drank water in 3 days. You haven't eaten anything, and you're just so thirsty. What would you rather have? Would you rather have water, or would you rather have a nice, refreshing, crisp bottle of Sprite? And like,
Mm.
I gotta say,
oh
like,
wow,
I would rather have the Sprite. I'd go
Yeah.
for the Sprite.
I'd go for the
Honestly.
Sprite. Like,
No, I think now is the real question. What fast food or restaurant Sprite do you prefer?
Hands down, McDonald's.
Hmm.
yeah,
I don't know. I don't know what. I have no idea what they do to that Sprite. I
Honestly.
I think I heard that it's like the way that they deliver it is like they have it in these like metal drums, or the way they store it is like in
Mhm.
these like metal drums instead of like those like plastic like syrup bags or whatever that companies usually have. Because
yeah.
it's funny because like at my job, right? I have to sometimes like change the bags out of the soda machine because like
Mhm.
for some reason in the retirement home in the kitchen we have a soda machine,
Of
even though
course.
most of the old people don't drink soda, but some of them do. So like I'll have to change those bags out, and like those bags are so gross sometimes. I
Ugh.
swear. Like if you don't clean that soda machine out, like you just have like fruit flies and crap like all over, and it's just like
No.
yeah, it gets really nasty. And it made me kind of like it kind of opened my eyes on like the stuff that I'd be drinking. Like when I go to like a soda machine or something like that, I'm like, is this clean?
Oh
Because
my
like I'm looking at it,
gosh.
I'm like, is this has somebody been cleaning this? Because like you know, they don't do it at my job.
Ugh.
Yeah. I feel like it's definitely an interesting way of looking at it.
Yeah.
Mainly if you know behind the scenes stuff, I feel like everything just it's different
It's
when you
very
know behind the
different.
scenes.
Yeah.
It's 'cause people are always trying to put on an act, you know?
You know, I
Everybody.
would talk
Yeah.
about like I've learned something from I don't know if you guys know what Scrapple is.
Scrabble or Scrapple?
Scrapple.
I know what
Uh,
Scrabble is.
yeah.
It's a food.
Scrapple.
Yeah,
Scrapple.
it's very known in my state actually.
Oh. Huh.
State of
Never
But the
Delaware.
seen that
way
before.
the
Okay.
way they make it is so disgusting. Like
Oh.
when I used to be in school, they would show us how to make like how it was made, and I swear to you, I would not have ate Scrapple for like 3 months straight.
Oh, I
What
just
is a
read the
Scrapple?
description on how to make it.
What is a Scrapple? Hold on, now I gotta search this up.
Um,
Maybe Scrapple should have been the word of the day.
Scrapple should have
If
been.
just look up Scrapple. See,
Scrapple.
I meant Scrapple.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay,
I'm
should
so
I read this?
distraught. Read it, read it, read it.
All right, viewers. To all our listeners out there, I'm gonna teach you guys how to make Scrapple.
Viewer discretion advised.
Hold on, wait, hold on. Can I search up like an actual recipe for this? Hold on. I want to read the recipe. We're gonna go through this together. All right,
You should look
viewers.
up like how is Scrapple made.
Okay, that makes more sense. How is Scrapple made? Wow, and it sends me to Timu first. Yeah, because because I'm
Obviously.
gonna learn how to make Scrapple from Timu. Traditional Pennsylvania Dutch Scrapple recipe.
Is
Ooh.
that it? Let me
Wait, do you
look at
want me
it.
to read the description? I found it.
What is Scrapple? I'm just trying to look up like a recipe thing. Oh wait, how is
There,
Here.
yeah.
Scrapple made? Wait, I think I found it. Okay, what website are you on, Mel?
I found it on the web.
On the web? I
Yeah.
found some like S. Clyde Weaver website,
S.
something like
Clyde
that, some
Weaver.
blog. Yeah,
Oh.
some blog or something. I don't know. How is Scrapple made? Farmers originally made Scrapple to avoid wasting the trimmings when they butchered a hog. Oh, thank you. I do not want to
Okay.
subscribe to your newsletter. The addition of flour or meal made the meat go further and added to the unique texture. Today, Pennsylvania Dutch companies like S. Clyde Weaver use the same recipe those immigrant farmers did, and people still love the result. So, how do we make Scrapple? We start with cuts of pork and offal.
Mhm.
What is offal? I don't know what offal is. The meat simmers in the water and it's cooked. Da, 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 da. Then we separate the meat from the stock, process it until we achieve the perfect consistency. Every Scrapple chef puts their unique touch on the recipe with different spice combos, but salt and pepper are staples in nearly every recipe. They make it sound good, but like what I'm getting at is that they literally like whatever's left over from like the pork and the pig
Mhm.
that they killed, they're just like, yeah, let's just throw the heart, the eyes, the freaking hooves, like throw whatever we can.
So in school, we had to watch a video and they would show the process of them cutting up the pig, grabbing all their organs and the gross stuff in them,
Oh,
and making scrapple out of it.
no. That's,
They make it sound so good on the internet because they're adding all that extra stuff, but once you sit down and watch a video of how scrapple is made and watch them like do the entire process, it is disgusting.
that's atrocious.
It's ugh.
See, now I gotta go to Delaware and try Scrapple.
It's not
Yeah.
bad. Okay, so honestly, it does taste pretty good. It usually goes on like egg sandwiches, so like with egg, like a fried egg, cheese, bread. That's what it's big for around
Okay,
here. And
okay.
obviously, we have a state fair, and it's big there because it's our state fair,
A
and
state
Scrapple's big in our
fair?
state. Yeah, do you not have that?
I don't know. I don't think
You
so.
don't have state fairs?
What?
I don't know.
Hold on, Malin. Okay, so
Let me
like,
look it up.
have you ever had like the carnival or like the fair like come into town or something like that? Like, have you ever had that happen over
I
there?
think. Oh, there technically is a state fair, but I've never heard about it. But I think like I went to like in Illinois. I think I went to one before. No, actually, I
Okay.
didn't go to one. I just heard about it. But
You heard. Yeah, you gotta go to the
yeah,
fair.
a
Because
fair.
they have one around by where I live. They do it like I think they have one pretty much like every season, I guess, except for
Yeah.
winter.
Mm-hmm.
They usually have like the fair come into town, and then they like set up in like the same place, and they just come in and they bring all like the attractions and like the rides and stuff like that, and they set up and they stay there for like I don't know, like 1 or 2 weeks, something like that, and then they just leave. And they're just gone.
Yeah.
As soon as
Jeez.
they arrive, they're gone, and they dip with all that money that they freaking scam you out of from winning
Wow.
those stupid games. Okay,
Okay.
you know what? I'm gonna tell a story.
Okay.
Speaking of the fair, so as you guys may or may not know, I have a girlfriend of 4 years, and she one of the dates we went on was to this fair, and I don't know if it was like our first year or like second year, might have been like early second year, like late first year of the relationship. But anyway, we went to the fair, we were having a good time, and there was this like specific like bear that she wanted, like this specific like teddy bear or whatever that she wanted. It was like this huge stuffed animal because she has this thing with stuffed animals, and she loves like her bed covered in these huge freaking stuffed animals that are like times 10 the size of her. You know what I mean? Like,
Honestly, fair.
that's what she likes. So we see this bear, right? And obviously, like, I look at her and I see that she wants this bear. So in my mind, you know, being the boyfriend, I'm like, I have to get this damn bear because, you know, she wants it that bad. And she didn't even say anything. I just knew she wanted it. So we go, and the game that the guy has me playing is like, you know that game where you have to move the ring through like a metal uh I don't know, like
Yeah.
squiggly line
Yeah.
thing without the ring touching the thing?
Hmm.
I think I've seen that.
That's
Yeah.
the game I had to play.
Oh.
Oh.
And when I tell you, I spent a lot of money on that game.
Oh my
I
gosh.
and it was so bad that the guy at the concession stand was like, or not the concession stand, but like the guy like doing the game.
Yeah.
He was like he was helping other like he was like dealing with other people because there was like 4 stations or whatever. So like he would go around and like set people up in their thing, and he would come back and he would still see me struggling, and he was like giving me tips and tricks on how to do it. He
Oh my
because
gosh.
obviously he knows the trick to the game. So I'm like in my mind I'm like, oh, this is impossible, and he goes, no, this isn't impossible. Look, and then he would do it like mad easy, and I'm like, how do you do that?
Oh my
Whatever.
gosh.
No way.
Oh my god, I spent so
Wow.
much money. The guy was giving me like free games. Like he was just like, here, just go again, whatever. You don't have to pay me right now.
He just felt so bad for you.
Yeah, because you would have to put in like I think it was like if you put in like $5, you get like 3 games, and then if you put in like $10, you get like 6 games or something like that. He had something like that where like if you put in more money, you would get in like an extra like 1 or 2 games or whatever. So like he didn't even keep doing that. He was just like, oh, $5, whatever. Like do like 6. I don't care. Because I was there for so long, and my girlfriend was just like, no, we could just go. We could just go. And I'm like, I'm winning this damn bear.
Oh
I'm
my
winning this.
gosh.
I don't care.
Valid.
All it takes.
Wow.
And yeah, I think by the end of it, I ended up getting the bear.
Okay, good.
Thank God. Thank
That's
God.
good. That's good.
But like, bro, when I tell you, I think we left the fair like at least like maybe like 30 minutes after that. Like we did not
Oh
stay
my
because I was just like,
gosh.
well, I can't really buy anything else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
But yeah, I
No.
triumphed over the game. I could probably go back and like still be horrible at that game because I think that was like 2 or 3 years ago now. That was so long ago.
Yeah, the only
Wow.
reason I really go for the fair is the rides. And then, so my fair's here for a week. So one day I'll go for the rides. And then, like, another day I'll go for just specifically eating food.
That sounds
Because
iconic.
it's so good. And there's a lot of good foods there.
Ooh.
Some places serve Scrapple, but we actually have a separate, like, event that happens for Scrapple, which sounds so stupid. But we call it Apple Scrapple.
That sounds so fun. What?
It is fun, but once you turn every corner and see every food truck serving Scrapple, you're like, alrighty, like, where's the fun stuff? But they do have little carnival rides in the back. Like, not a whole lot, but obviously enough for kids to play on.
Yeah.
And then, like, vendors with food and clothes, and they do, like, country concerts there and stuff.
Yeah.
It's pretty fun.
Lit.
Yeah. Now when I go visit Delaware, now I gotta try Scrapple.
Wow.
Yep.
First, that's what I gotta do.
Podcast video trying Scrapple.
IRL podcast.
Scrapple
With
time.
Scrapple.
Yep.
It just doesn't
And
sound
apple
real.
picking.
Apple picking.
Yeah, and then apple picking in New York. That's what we gotta do.
Yeah.
Yep.
Is there apple picking in Delaware? Like at all?
I don't think so.
That's crazy.
I know there's pumpkin and strawberry picking here, but I don't like no
Yes.
apple.
Still never been strawberry picking. I've been pumpkin picking. I don't really like pumpkin picking, to be honest.
I don't either.
I'm not a big fan.
I thought it
And,
was
like,
fun. What the heck?
I
don't
think
know.
mine just sucks.
Okay.
It's just like I don't know. Like you go on the hayride or whatever, and then you grab I don't know whatever pumpkin you want, and then that's it. Once you grab your pumpkin, you're done. Like that's all
Yeah.
you do. At least like apple picking, and I assume strawberry picking, you can pick multiple things, and like until you fill up your basket or whatever, and then you leave with whatever that is. But like pumpkin picking, it's usually like one, maybe 2 pumpkins if you grab like 2 small ones. And that's it. And you're done. And then you go back and like I'm not really a big fan of like the whole like pumpkin carving. Like
Yeah.
I do
Yeah.
it because my girlfriend likes doing it, so like I'll pumpkin carve with her. But like I don't know. I'd rather just eat apples or strawberries, I guess.
Yeah, I don't like the insides of pumpkins.
Yeah,
They're
because you
so
have to scoop all of
weird.
that out.
Yeah.
You have and then the other thing too is like there's always like that stuff that you just have to pull out eventually because you're trying to use the scooper and
Ugh,
the scooper isn't working. You just have
Yeah.
to pull it out
I
on your own.
hate it.
Yeah. I remember that I would always hate that, but then my mom would always cook the pumpkin seeds, and I would love those. They were the
Never
best.
had that.
Really? They're so
Yeah.
good. You just like clean the like pulp stuff and then just get the seeds and then just put them in the oven with some seasoning. Incredible.
Is that kind of like sunflower seeds in a type of way? Or is it just
Without the
different 'cause they're
shell,
hot?
I'd say they have a similar taste though. Trying to think of what they're similar to. I don't know. They're pretty unique actually.
I didn't
Maybe
even know
like
you could
almond
eat pumpkin
slices.
seeds, to be
Really?
honest. Yeah, no.
Criminal. You're missing out.
I don't know. The only seeds I knew that you could eat were sunflower seeds.
Same.
There's so many seeds. Do you guys just not like?
No, I always thought
No.
seeds would just kill you and make you choke and you would just die.
And grow things in your body.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
You just accidentally eat like an apple seed and actually I heard apple seeds have like what is it, cyanide in them?
Yeah, they have cyanide.
Right?
I think you need
Something.
a lot of them to die.
Yeah,
Not
you
as
need
much
a
as
lot
cherry
of
pits though.
Yeah, those are bad for you.
Yeah, you can have like 5 cherry pits and be poisoned.
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Well, viewers, if you didn't know, you can actually collect these pits and create your own type of poison. And yeah,
Good to know.
Yeah.
there you
Write
go.
it down. Write it down.
Yeah, write that down. Write that down.
Write that down. Write that down. Write that down.
Now, class, if I just give you a mysterious item, don't question it.
What is this ominous syringe that you're giving me? Am I just supposed to stab this into me? Alright. Okay.
Yeah.
Here, class, here's your perfectly safe Sprite with weird chunks in it.
What are these floating bits in there? I don't
That's
care.
crazy.
Right. Actually, that's the one way to get me. Just give me like a free Sprite or whatever.
Yeah.
I'll be like, Sprite personally gave this to us for the podcast. You have to drink it, even if it looks weird.
Yeah, new flavor. Chunky Sprite. Oh, wow.
Chunky Sprite. Ugh.
I wonder how fast those effects would happen. Like, would it just be like I would take a sip of the Sprite and I just immediately and it just fall over? Or would it just be like throughout the podcast I like slowly
just slowly die?
By the end of it, I'm like, use Goto's ESP and I die.
Just die.
We'll have to find out next episode, I guess.
Yeah. I'm down for that.
Perfect, me too.
See, but now I'm not gonna trust you guys with any drinks.
Oh, dang it.
But if it's Sprite, you have to.
But if it's Sprite, you will.
If it yeah, I guess you got me there. If it's Sprite, I have to drink it. Sprite. You know what? Sprite is actually good enough to counter the effects of poison, I feel like.
Honestly, mainly that McDonald's Sprite, I feel like that can kill anything.
The Sprite kegs, they will save us.
Yes.
It's that first sip. That first sip gets you every time.
Mm-hmm. It just fixes everything.
It does.
Moon.
Yes.
I don't know if I've asked you this question yet. Have I, class?
God.
What question?
You know what I'm gonna ask.
I think actually no, I don't think
I
you've asked
haven't.
her this question.
Yeah. Okay. Moon,
God.
what's your favorite color?
Hi. My favorite color is blue or purple.
Ooh.
Another
I love
blue
that.
fan. There we go.
Wow.
Actually, I think you did ask that question.
I know. I kind of remembered it once you said the answer. I was like, oh yeah, she said that.
You know what?
I don't know if I did it on
this.
the podcast though.
You did.
Oh, okay.
You probably did.
I think last episode we did.
Dang
We talked about it. You know what I will say though, Mallow. I know your favorite number is 9 because you said it.
I doxed myself. Damn it.
You did dox yourself. And I wanna see which one of us has the best number. So Mallow, you have 9. Moon, I don't know what your favorite number is.
Mine is 3.
3.
3?
That's
Okay.
really good. Okay.
So, all right. So my favorite number is 13.
Why are all of our
So,
numbers so great? What the heck?
yeah, all
Yeah.
my numbers are great. And I'll explain why I chose 13. Okay? Because I started out, right? And my favorite number was 1 because I was like, you're number 1. I'm number 1. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like number 1 is just a really good number. And then 3 I liked because I was like, well, the number 3 is like, usually it's like 3 times you do something, and it's like a good like lucky number to have, like 3, right? And then I thought about it, and I was like, well, I could just combine these two numbers. I was like, all right, 13. There you go.
13. Perfect.
So
Oh.
that's
That's
my
pretty
favorite number.
cool.
So
Oh.
technically, me and Moon kind of have the same favorite number because I really like the number 3 as well.
Oh, well, I chose
True,
9 because it was
and
3 twice.
That is
That's
true.
yeah, that is true.
Mallow
Like,
liked the
My
number 3 so much she
he had to do it 3 times.
had to do it 3 times.
Literally.
And my favorite number actually used to be 1 for a reason.
Oh.
There you go.
So in school, so my IRL initials are AA. So in school, I'm first of rosters. So I just always felt like 1 was always just my number
Wow.
because I was always on the top of the rosters. And I would always get first choice and first seating and everything. So I was just like, yep, 1's my number. And now I'm just like, no, I just kind of like 3. 3 is just 3. So
3 is 3.
3.
yeah.
Perfect.
Mallow, how'd you decide on the number 9? What called out to you from the number 9 specifically?
Honestly, I don't know the lore. It's been my favorite number for like years. I think I just like I literally think I was some reason I liked the number 3. I think cuz like a family member would always have like a saying about 3 that she would say. And
Mhm.
I was like, "Oh my gosh, that's so fun." And then um and so like I always thought about the number 3 and then I was like, "I really like it." But you know what's better? 9. So, yeah. I
That's
needed
See,
to
solid.
I
upgrade
really
my
like the
favorite
number.
number.
I really like the number 3, but like,
9.
It's not
9
enough.
though.
9, though, on the other hand.
So it seems we all can agree 3 is a great number.
It's
So
such a good number.
the average number for the podcast is 3,
3.
which is why we
3.
have 3 hosts.
Wow.
Yeah,
Oh my gosh.
There you
that
go.
adds up so perfectly.
There
Yeah.
you go.
Wow. Close. You asked Moon and
Yes.
I how work was, but how was your work?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I was actually gonna mention earlier, like I feel so left out because like my job hasn't changed for like the past like 2 or 3 years,
Oh
kind
my
of,
gosh.
because I still work at that retirement home. I'm actually looking to change very soon, just because like my bills are just getting way higher since I got a new car and
Mhm.
like insurance is high. So like I kind of need a new job. I've been looking on Indeed, but like I don't want to like go from one crappy job to like another crappy job, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even if the pay is higher, like I kind of like want to go into something related to my career a little bit, like kind of like around the engineering field or like the IT, because like I still did my internship. And the other thing that sucks is I was supposed to do my internship this summer, but like they haven't said anything about it. So
Oh.
I don't know what's going on
Hmm.
with that. So it's like I kind of have to wait for school to start back up, I guess, to see what's going on. But yeah, I don't know. I've been kind of trying to look for a new job, but like nothing's really popped up yet around here. So it's like I might just have to like suck it up and like go to something else. But like I don't want it to like mess with the current schedule I have because like I really like the
Mhm.
schedule that I have now. I feel like it really helps me like balance everything that I do because like I have time to do OCST stuff I have time to hang out with my girlfriend, and obviously I have time to work. So it's like
Yeah.
a good balance that I have, but at the same time, the pay is just like crappy. So I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just something that I gotta figure out eventually. Mhm.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
valid.
We'll get it figured out eventually.
Eventually, I'll make the big bucks. You know,
Oh yeah.
the we'll get the Sprite sponsorship soon, and then
Yeah,
I
the
won't have
Sprite
to work.
sponsorship.
And then none of us will have to work again. There you
We'll,
go.
we'll be thriving.
Be thriving.
Yeah.
Thriving.
We'll just get free Sprite all the time.
Yeah,
Oh my
guys.
god.
Oh my gosh.
You know what, people? If you feel bad for me, and Moon and Mallow,
Yeah.
just at Sprite and tell them to sponsor this podcast. Make this
Yeah.
podcast #1 on Spotify, and then yeah,
Yeah. It'll be
then we'll
perfect.
I'm sure it would go great.
we'll definitely make more episodes after that.
Yeah.
Yeah, guys, you give us a Sprite sponsorship, we'll do like a podcast each week.
Oh my gosh.
Instead of every 2 weeks.
Yep.
You guys
There
will
you go.
get upgraded.
And then if we get even more sponsors, who
Episode
knows?
2 episodes a week.
Two
2
episodes
episodes a
a
week?
week? Yeah.
Yep.
Or we just start an OutCast house and
Yes.
just a vlog
Ooh.
constantly.
Guys, hear me out.
Ooh.
You guys get us enough sponsors for us to buy an Outcast house. And we will do
IRL
both
streams.
a Twitch and a YouTube channel where we do IRL streams and
Full
a bunch
time.
of just fun stuff. Like,
Pretty
don't you guys want
please.
that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They want
IRL
it, not
podcast would
us.
go crazy.
Yeah, they want it. Like,
Yeah, you guys want it.
Yeah.
we don't want it. Guys, please, please.
Pretty please, pretty please.
Begging you. But if we did get an Outcast house, what state should we do?
It can't be on the it could be like southwest coast, but not like west coast. No disrespect to you guys, but like
No, we could go east. East Coast seems
Yeah.
pretty good.
We got beaches, so
Oh.
Yeah, we do have beaches over here.
Apparently I just don't know my cardinal directions. Well
I mean,
shit.
you're all the way. You're all the way in the mountains.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I don't
You
know.
gotta come
I
down
think
to
like
us.
I think maybe not northwest east coast, right? Because it's so lame there. Just kidding. It's not lame.
Yeah, no,
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
just
Yeah.
you
it's
guys
great
have
over here.
you guys have tall buildings.
Which
Yeah.
which buildings are you referring to specifically?
Well, the two I was referring to are gone at this point, but like there's 7 new
Oh
my
ones.
God.
Yeah, there's new buildings. Yeah,
There's new buildings.
hopefully those will stay up.
7 of them.
Right.
Can you like teach other people how to fly class? Or like, I don't know how like far you
No,
got in your
I
pilot's
think
license.
I actually my pilot's license, it's still technically like a student pilot's license. Like I could go back and like I think I only have like I would say maybe like 20 to like 10 hours left on like my pilot's license that I need to finish. The only problem is that just those flight lessons are really expensive. So like the farthest I got in that like uh on the track that I was at was that I managed to do like my solo around the airport. So like you get in the plane and like you just fly around the airport and like do like 3 takeoffs and landings. And the your instructor is like down below with like a walkie-talkie and he's like talking to you, making sure that you're good, and he's talking to you on the radio. And yeah, so that's like how far I've gotten. And then after that, what I would need to do is you do your cross countries. So it's like, since I'm in New York over here, I fly out of Orange County Airport, and I go from there, and I would fly to like Mount Pocono, which is in Pennsylvania. And you would fly from there and then come back. And then you do that with the instructor a couple of times. And then you have to do like your own like they make sure that you can do your own like flight plan. So this is probably like the hardest part about being a pilot is that you actually have to like chart where you're gonna go, and then you have to do like the weight and balance of your plane. So like you do the weight and balance of your plane to find the center of gravity for your plane and make sure that's all good. And then once you find that, then you can figure out how much like miles per gallon your plane's gonna be at, so that you know if you have enough fuel or not to make it there. Because before you get into the plane, you always do like these like checklists, right? So like you check how much fuel's in the plane, you check the tires, you check the brake line, you check everything, right? They have a whole checklist of stuff that you check. And I used to have it memorized, but I haven't flown in a while, so I would probably have to look at it for a little bit. But like you check all of this stuff and there's different acronyms that you have to remember and things like that. And you do this like flight plan and things like that. And when you get to the specific airport, then you have to like call the tower down there and like ask for clearance. So like there's some airports where you need like clearance to fly over if it's like a private airport. So like
Yeah.
you need to call them and be like, this is like for example, like you would be like, this is Diamond DA like N or what is it, November Hotel 224, because you have to use the the military alphabet. So you have
Yeah.
to be like November Hotel like 224 whatever, asking for clearance to fly over Stewart Airport, for example. That's like a military airport. You always have to ask for clearance to fly over there and whatever, and then they contact you back, and then they're like, yeah, you have clearance to fly over this altitude, so you have to fly over a specific altitude. If you go any lower, then they don't shoot you down, but they get really mad at you.
Have you ever?
Right.
Yeah, I always get really nervous because you also have to like let them know that you're a student pilot so that they talk to you a bit slower. Because if you don't let them know that you're a student pilot, they'll treat you as like a regular pilot that's like listened to this 1,000 times, and they talk fast. They talk
Mm.
really, really fast, and it's like a
Jeez.
crappy because like your headset is like on the entire time, right? So it
Mhm.
comes through the headset, and it's not like a Steel Series freaking Arctic Pros, and they're not talking through like a Blue Yeti mic. You know what I mean? They're talking through
Yeah.
like these specialized headphones that, to be honest, sound really crappy in the air because you have the engine on and the
Yeah.
plane is really loud. So that's why the headphones are like muffled so that you don't hear the plane engine the entire time because it gets really loud. And like, yeah, it's kind of stressful, but like to be honest, when you're in the air and like nothing is happening and you're just cruising, it's actually like really relaxing
That's
because
cool.
you're literally just flying like straight, and that's it. And like you to make it easier, like you could set your trim and stuff like that, so like you don't have to like move the throttle too much, because obviously like you have the throttle and then you have like the little like joystick in front of you or whatever. Um, and you don't want to like have to like move that all the time or like be constantly making adjustments. Like in a car, you know how like you constantly make adjustments like while you're driving. It's kind of like a cruise control, but like I guess more refined. It's like a better cruise control. And like you could set it to where the throttle won't move, and you kind of like change that for like each altitude you want to be at. So like if you switch to a different altitude, you want to change the trim on it.
Mhm.
And there's a whole bunch of stuff that they teach you
Yeah.
in that thing, because they obviously they want to make sure that you're not going to crash into any planes, you know what I mean, or buildings.
Unfortunately.
Uh, yeah.
Anyways.
Anyways.
It's very fun. You
Yeah.
guys should definitely eventually get your pilot's license. It's a very fun experience.
I feel like my anxiety would take over for the best of me.
Sprite's gonna sponsor us to get our pilot's license.
Yeah.
Yep.
That'll be one of the podcast episodes.
Yeah.
We'll all be in a plane.
I don't know if I'm allowed in a plane. You know what happened last time.
That's true.
But what did your
I kind of want to know.
Say? It was a certain event in 2001.
Okay.
Oh. Yeah. Okay.
I will never pass up on the 9/11 jokes.
You love it.
But what did your flight instructor do, class? I'm so sorry.
Pretty much they go in with you and they specific it depends on what like lesson you're on, right? So they're kind of there to obviously teach you how to do everything correctly.
Yeah.
But my experience with it is that they give you like all the control, right? Like if they ever need to take control, like they'll say like you're supposed to do the thing that's like my controls, your controls, my controls, whatever. It's like that. So it's like whenever you're taking control, you say like my controls, and then you pass it over to the other person. So obviously, if anything ever went bad, they'd be able to take control and like do it. But 90% of the time, it's just them teaching you while you're doing it, and they're correcting you on like whatever you're doing wrong. So like taking off, like they tell you like obviously when to pull up like at the right time, and then they tell you like what angle you need to be at, because there's like certain like there's certain like it's called like best glide speed, that's what it's called. So there's obviously like the speed you're going, right? So there's airspeed and then there's like power. So power is like when you push the throttle forward. That's like stepping on your gas pedal in a car. That's like how much power is going in, right? And then the airspeed is kind of like the, I guess, the speedometer, like going up. Your airspeed, when you get it to like a certain number, that's like specific numbers are like the fastest way, kind of like that. That's why it's called like best glide speed. So there's like best like takeoff speed and things like that. I don't think it's like specifically called that. Obviously, I'm a little rusty, but like there's specific numbers that you hit to where that's like the fastest takeoff, or that's like the recommended takeoff. And then obviously if there's like wind or anything like that when you're flying, if the wind is too bad, you can't fly. Depending on the rating of your license. Like if you're a private pilot, you can't do as much stuff as like a instrument rated pilot or like a CFI or things like that. Like there's different levels of the pilot license. But like if there's wind or anything like that, you have to take off of a certain runway. So like if the wind is coming towards you, you have to take off towards the wind. So like you have to take off during a headwind. You don't want to take off during a tailwind, because the tailwind is like harder to take off. Because the headwind, if you think about it, the wind is hitting your propeller directly, so it's kind of helping you in a way.
Okay, yeah.
Rather than a tailwind where it's like the wind is blowing the opposite way and it's kind of like blowing you in the wrong direction type deal.
Okay.
But this is all stuff that they teach you like in ground school. So like while I was doing like the airport stuff, obviously, I was also taking classes during the day, whatever, for like the flying thing. Because my school had a 2-year program where like I went to like a technical school. So like I would have my regular classes, right? And then during like lunchtime or like halfway throughout lunchtime, I would take a bus and go to the other school and then take my ground classes for the pilot stuff, and then they would drive me back towards the end of the day, and then I would leave. So that's how that works. And yeah, you would just pretty much they would just correct you on stuff, and then they would make you do these maneuvers. So like there's specific maneuvers that you have to do to get your private pilots. So it's like you have to do like slow flight, and you have to do these like S turns and like all this stuff
All
is like
sorts of
coming back
stuff.
to me.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
I was so bad at like I was good at slow flight, and they also have these like clearing turns they have to do. These like 180 clearing turns or like 360 clearing turns where you literally do like a 360 with your plane to like make sure there's no other planes around before you do the maneuver. So like you would
Lit.
literally like drive your plane all the way around to see if there's anybody, and then if there's nobody, then you start doing the maneuvers.
Hmm.
Um, and then for the S turns, you would have to like find like a public road, and then like you would have to follow a certain pattern or whatever to do.
A public road?
Yeah,
Oh,
you would obviously you'd be like flying over the
oh,
public
okay.
road, but like you're not
I was
driving
so
on the road.
confused.
Yeah.
I was,
You,
I was
you would like
not
find
following.
yeah no
Like,
you would find like a road on the ground or like a landmark,
mm-hmm.
and you would pretty much like um on that landmark like follow like a certain pattern. So like you would have to like turn, and then you would have to reach a certain distance and then turn again, and then it would make like a S, kind of like a snake
Oh.
or whatever,
Oh.
Oh, okay.
and things like that. Um and there was always like tips and tricks to like help you like keep the right altitude, because like if you're not paying attention, you're gonna like automatically start drifting left or like going down, which is why they make you do that like flight plan and that chart like before you do cross country, because if you go off course, then you're kind of screwed
Retro.
and you're gonna waste fuel that you don't have. So one thing they teach you how to do is like obviously you have your like specific direction in which you're going. And some planes have a GPS and some don't, right? So obviously if you're in like one of the newer ones, you have a GPS, which is good for you. If you don't, then you have to like use these like landmarks that you find on the map to know where you're going.
Oh my
So like
gosh.
yeah, so like
Hmm.
from the airport when you take off, right? You take off from a specific runway, and the way they name the runways is like the angle in which you're taking off. So like if you're taking off of runway 22, that's 220 degrees. That's what that means. So when you take off of runway 22, you take off and you know exactly in which direction you're heading. So if you need to go like 200 degrees, then you would turn just 20 degrees, right, to the left or whatever, or whichever direction, and then you would just go straight. Now, as you're going straight, you have to make sure that the landmarks that you marked on the map beforehand are the same landmarks that you're seeing, so that you know that you're going the right way. So like you know beforehand that like okay, it takes 10 minutes, or let's an easier case, it takes like 5 minutes going straight in this direction for me to hit this specific airport. So like you're going, 5 minutes pass, you look like bottom to your left or whatever, you see that airport, okay, I'm going in the right direction. If you don't see that airport, obviously you did something wrong. So that's kind of like how that works. And obviously the instructors are there and they help you and whatever, but like when you're
Yeah.
doing it solo, it's like way more stressful because you're like, I'm gonna die, right?
Yeah.
Especially landing the plane is really stressful because it's like
Uh,
you're getting like closer and closer and closer to the runway, and like obviously the way that you land, this is like the last thing I'm gonna
okay.
say for planes, and like I'm taking up the whole episode, but like when you're landing, right, you're like consistently like slowing down. And as you get lower and lower and lower, eventually you'll be like gliding over the runway. And once you're on like the runway and you're just gliding, you just cut the power and the plane just drops onto the runway. And
Oh,
yeah,
oh my
it's
gosh.
it's a little bit more smoother than that. but like obviously if you're doing it solo, there's some times where it's not that smooth. So it's like there've been times where like I've like bonk, like hit the ground and you're like ah.
Oh my
But like
gosh.
it's funny. And then if you're, let's say like you're not, you can't land, right? Let's say like you mess up the landing and like you're too far into the runway to like brake, like you don't have enough time to brake. Then you do like a quick takeoff. So like you just put full throttle and then you just pull up like really fast, obviously. And
Oh.
then you go around the runway again to like try to land again. That's if you miss your mark. But
Wow.
Interesting.
yeah, there's a lot of stuff that like I have
Jeez.
to review just so that I don't lose the skill. Because like
Yeah.
as I'm like going over this, like I'm remembering different stuff and I know that I'm saying stuff wrong, but like I have to go back.
Oh my
But yeah,
gosh.
that's my experience with planes.
Wow.
That sounds fun.
That sounds lit.
It was very fun. It was either that or like computer science. I chose that.
And you just... You're still with computer science but not piloting?
Yeah, no.
Oh.
I mean,
Damn.
I'm not really with computer science though.
Yeah, true.
Because
Engineering.
I do engineering, but like my internship, I guess, is kind of like computer science. It's more like
Yeah.
IT
Yeah.
work.
Databases.
Don't bring that up. That's a whole nother episode that we could
Oh
go
my
over.
gosh. Us
Like
You know,
ranting
I think that
about...
I will opt out of that episode. Y'all have fun though.
The database
The
episode.
database episode. I didn't have to do it, actually, class. I didn't have to work with a database for my thing.
Really?
Yeah, because I
Good
had
for
a
you.
ton of data, and I just processed it in my program instead of putting it into a database to process it.
Amazing.
Yeah.
I wish I could do that.
You wish.
No. But no, everything has to be in the database.
The
Everything.
freaking database.
Even though they don't give me all the data. And then they look at me like I'm crazy, and I'm like, you didn't give me this
Oh my
person's name.
gosh.
You know how annoying it would be when I would like make the database, and I'm like, okay, it's all done, and like I tested it, and everything is great. And then I'm like, yeah, like these are the names that I have or whatever. And like when you type in this person's name, it works. And I'm typing in a person's name that like I know is in the database and that it works. So I'm like, oh look, it works and it's great, whatever. And then I give it to my boss and I'm like, here, test it out. And they're like, oh, does it work with John Doe? And John Doe's obviously not in the database, so it doesn't work.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, well, it doesn't work. And I'm like, well, that person isn't in the database. And then they're
Oh my
like, oh,
gosh.
why? And I'm like, because you didn't give me that person.
Wow.
Lovely.
So criminal.
Yeah.
Oh. I think we actually hit the mark for this episode.
I can't believe it's been an hour already.
I know.
Yeah.
We were not very hopeful for a late night podcast, but
Time flies fast when you're drinking Hawaiian punch.
yeah, apparently, even though I finished the Hawaiian punch pretty fast. I had like a small little bottle of it, so I just chugged it, basically.
So you need to get more.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I have a whole
Hopefully-
6-pack of it.
Oh my
Hopefully
god.
you're
Yeah.
now addicted to Hawaiian punch,
I'm
and
an
now that will
addict.
be the only thing you'll be drinking for the next couple of weeks.
Yeah,
Yep.
I've
You'll be
gone.
downing Hawaiian punch.
I'll show up to work with my little Hawaiian punch.
You're gonna be like, I just tried this and it is amazing.
Yes, I'll recommend it to everyone I know.
Yep.
Yeah.
Even though they probably have already tried it.
Yeah, I think I was one of the few.
Yeah, I think you were the only person in the world who just didn't try it. Now everybody in the world knows Hawaiian punch.
Yeah, everybody, all 8 of our viewers right now know it's the greatest
Yep.
thing ever.
There'll be more on Spotify.
Yeah,
Hopefully.
probably. I don't know. I never look at our Spotify stats.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if you're on
Probably
Spotify,
the main Spotify viewer.
I know I haven't watched our most recent episode.
Oh my god.
Oh, wow, I'm behind.
You know. You gotta catch up. That's where this episode comes out.
Oh my gosh.
And our YouTube viewers too.
Oh yeah, our YouTube viewers. Shout out to either of those.
Shout out to our Spotify, our YouTube, our Twitch, our Discord members.
Everyone, we shout you guys out.
Yeah,
obviously.
Even the people who will answer the random questions that I post on Twitter mid-podcast, like I did again. Today's question was official sponsor Sprite post. Where is your favorite place to get Sprite from? So far, we have Walmart, McDonald's, and Wendy's.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
So definitely give your opinions on that post, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go check out.
I want to hear everybody's.
McDonald's, I think, is just the right answer, but
yeah.
I mean, I don't know. There's some good contenders on here. I can't wait to see what else is.
Actually, you might need to keep that post up for long because this episode won't be posted until.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, this episode will be posted on the 21st. So sorry to our podcast and YouTube viewers. You guys just have to wait forever.
Yeah. I mean, if you guys want to check out the podcast earlier,
in real time.
In real time. There's a stream for that.
There is a stream for that.
Wow.
Even though I don't really look at the chat while it's happening, but
I know.
I see Plasma did message me a lot.
Yeah. We always catch up after the podcast. But yeah, thank you guys for listening to the podcast.
Yeah, thank you, viewers.
Moon, do you want to end it this time? Do the honors.
Do I know the ending? Is the real question.
What's our outro?
Do we have a set outro?
Do we? Guys, this is my second podcast.
Oh my gosh.
Check the notes.
Check the notes. I don't know what's in the notes.
Guys are great at this.
Wow, we thrive. We definitely had notes for this episode too. We planned it ahead really well.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. All it said was Hawaiian punch.
Our outro is just thank the viewers and then outro music. So that's what we're gonna do.
Yeah.
Thank you, viewers, for watching. And when Spotify and YouTube get posted, thank you guys for tuning in. And of course, if you want live updates, definitely join any of our social medias because I try to post frequently. And our Discord is very active. So definitely check all that out. Other than that, I think today was a great episode with our Hawaiian punch.
Yes.
So, other than that, thank you, viewers.
Bye.
Thank you, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.